Welcome back to what Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is a KV-2, the coronavirus KV-2, and this one's located on the northeast spawn of Karelia, and it's under the command of the Z-Destroyer. What a name. Well, just waiting for the countdown to finish, and we're off. Oh, and that sounds like Skill. I suspect that he was a member of Skill R4LTU's team on Team Clash. Well, he's got 2 marks of excellence on the barrel of his KV-2 with a 152mm howitzer, and he's packing 25 rounds of HE with 910 alpha and penetration of 86mm of armour and 3.66 meters burst radius. Yes, if you can put a round near the enemy, you'll do some damage to him. Now, I did see a Covenanter a little way off, and looks like our Type 64 has taken a bit of damage from the enemy team. It's a tier 6 game, and he's tier 6 heavy, so yes, that means that he's going to have to work hard to earn the XP. Let's see how he gets on. It's got a 19.81 second reload without using premium consumables, so that means he's probably got a rammer and a BIA crew. Okay, first target's coming into sight. Got a Chi-2. There should be some other heavy tanks in that direction. But this bush is a well-known bush for people to hide behind the snipe from, so he might get some unexpected rounds flying in this direction. Oh, and the first heavy's been spotted. It's a Churchill 7 at long range. Fires it in, and it just overshoots, so he misses his first shot. Not to worry, he's got plenty more, and it looks like the Churchill 7 is heading this way, so he won't back off and he won't deviate too far from his course. And he did get hit, but it was a near miss, that one. I think it actually landed just short of him. Chi-2's having a fight with RT-34, who's pulling back into cover. And the Churchill 7's stuck around because there's somebody on the horseshoe. And that one hit the target. 389 this time. And looks like he's received an Arty round as well. There are 2 Artys on our team. 3 Artys on our team, sorry, only 2 of them in sight. And that one just overshot the turret. He shakes the reticule, try and get it to work properly. One more chance. Both his tracks are damaged. One of them's gone. Here we go. Yep, that got him. 340. He's looking for another target. That Chi-2's down there somewhere. There's a Cromwell up on the horseshoe, but no other heavy tanks in sight. The enemy does have a KV-2 as well. As we can see, where 3 of the enemy tanks are on the other side of the map. T-52 near our cap area. Here comes the Chi-2. Yes, good hit. 385, so that's his second kill, but he was seen, so I suspect there is somebody down there that he couldn't see, and that may be the KV-2 on the enemy team. Having another look down that corridor. Doesn't appear to have any binos or anything like that to extend his range, so he's decided to drive down and see if he can find them at closer quarters. Now remember, we know that the Cromwell was last seen on the horseshoe. He might still be there. Not in sight. Doesn't necessarily mean he's not there. He might be there, but might be shooting from the other side of the Cromwell, the horseshoe. The Coronavirus KV-2 skin, by the way, you can pick up a copy for your own KV-2 if you want one. There's a description, in the description below, there's a link where you can download the skin and instructions on how to put it into your program file, so only you can see it every time you play the KV-2. Of course, it was created by Sir Rusty and his daughter Jazz. They're the skin creators, and whoa, there's the Cromwell. He suddenly realised he's facing a KV-2. He's not a happy bunny, and now he's back in the garage. But he stayed up so far that he actually did take some rounds from the enemy tanks. And that's an Arty round coming in there. The enemy team has got 3 Arty as well, a Gorilla, an M41, and 2 M41s rather. But there's only was 2 M41s? Yes, no, actually they've got 3 M41s. What am I saying? It's a Gorilla on our own team. Now he's trying to get the T-34 shielded, and he does get a hit for 186. I wonder if that hit the tracks and just really basically damaged those. You can see a Panzer IV-H towards the north, but can he get the gun to bear on it? He's having difficulty trying to get a good position. It looked to me like the T-34 shielded was trying to get behind the Z destroyer. I think he wanted to try and come up the other side. He's just trying to find the way down actually. Now there's the pass. Okay, he's got that. Now the enemy KV-2 has been seen over the other side of the map by our Cromwell, but again he's outside of render range at the moment, so he's actually having to get down into the swamp if he's going to get any shots. If you're wondering why the skin doesn't look quite the same as it does on other replays, the reason is that he does have camo. Oh, good shot! Hit the engine bay of that KV-2, took him out. The weak spot. Well, he's actually using camo, other camo, when the camo actually is changing the colour of the skin. I think it's because he's using a particular colour or a particular skin type, which is altering Sir Rusty's skin. As you know, we're doing this coronavirus special to entertain everyone, give them some KV-2 battles that they can enjoy, some derping, and also to try and, well, suggest that people should stay at home, stay safe, and play World of Tanks. And it looks like now the destroyer, the Z destroyer, is the last member of his team alive, and there's 4 of the enemy. He's facing 1 medium tank, the T-34 shielded, and 3 Artys. And we know that the T-34 shielded was seen near the cap area, and well, somebody's capping, so I suspect that's him. In which case the enemy Arty are probably on the move and headed this way. Unfortunately, it also means that he's unlikely to get a Koloban off, because I think one of his teammates was alive right up until the last moment that until the last moment the KV-2 was killed. Not quite sure on that actually. I seem to remember the Cromwell was up there highlighting the KV-2 just as he was taken out, but maybe it was just that the Cromwell was killed and then the KV-2 was hit directly afterwards, in which case it might be a Kolobanov. Well, somebody's in the cap, and if the Z Destroyer can actually get up this rise quickly enough, he might be able to get Derp him to reset the cap and earn himself a Defender Medal. And lo and behold, he's the other side of the camp, and that barrier normally acts as a protection. Now, 1 shot to make it count, and he wipes out the T-34 shielded, but the guy gets 2 shots into the KV-2, and wait for the RT rounds to come in any second. He's trying to get out of the cap area. change course to avoid the shells. Yep, there's one. Still 2 more to come. And the reason only one's come is because they must be in transit. And more than likely they will come the northern route rather than the southern one. So he's actually going over to this side. Why would I say go the northern route? Well, it's more open. There's less chance that you're going to come around the corner and see somebody you don't really want to see. And there are of course more rocks to hide behind as you're moving up. Whereas if you go the other route, you're much more likely to come across somebody you don't want to see very suddenly, and that could be rather nasty for your game. His teammates are saying go to cap, but he says he doesn't want to. He wants to kill all 3 of the enemy tanks. And he's one short of getting a top gun. And if he gets all 3, then he would actually get a Dumitru's and a Radley Walters. So it is to his advantage to actually no cap kill all. You've just got to hope that he can actually find them. He's got 3 minutes 51 seconds to do so. Now a lot more Arty players are actually... Oh, and there's one of them right now on the move. I was about to say most Arty players are now very... move quite a lot. Oh, what an excellent leading shot. And that's his top gun. A lot more Arty players are now moving about. They don't sit at the cap anymore. They are actively taking part in the game, and they tend to move during the end game when it's necessary to actually either cap at the other end or to avoid the enemy team if the enemy team are coming towards their cap to take them out. Another thing that we're actually seeing as well, we're seeing less tanks, less Arty drowning themselves or suiciding. There more of them are fighting to the end. At least I'm hoping that they are doing that. There's the other M41, and he looks to be AFK because he's pointing the opposite direction. Either that or he's moved into cover to try and shoot back at his own cap and doesn't realise that he's been found. That is a Pascucci's medal. In fact, I'm not sure that is skill 4 LTU now. I think it might be one of the other contestants in the team clash. Well, there's certainly a good reason to keep fighting for Arty, because the thing is, the more damage you do in these games, the more credits and XP that you earn, and that makes a big difference to your game overall. So it's worth fighting right down to the last moment, even ramming the enemy if you can. And he wins the game, and a Pascucci's medal, and a Radley Walters with one shot. Well played. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tanker for Descent Destroyer in the KV-2. He managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 18. A Duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him. A Fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle. He got a Radley Walters medal, an Epic medal for killing at least 8 of the enemy. He got a Dumitru's medal for killing 3 enemy Arties. A Defender medal for resetting the cap, getting at least 70 defense points. In fact, he got a lot more than that. And a High Caliber for dealing the most damage in the battle. And a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. So let's have a look at the rest of the team score. And we can see that he did get the highest damage with 2,879 hit points. Next highest scorer was the Cromwell with 2,477. And then after that, the Cromwell on our team with 2,003. When it came to kills, he was the tops with 8. The Death Toaster on the enemy team, Panzer Fahrleiter 4C, managed to get 4 kills. And 3 kills went to the Cromwells and a T-34 shielded. And when it came to base XP, yes, he's got the top in all three columns. 1,361 base experience points, 846 to the Cromwell, and 700 to the other Cromwell. And he was the only player to get over 1,000 base experience points. He fired 13 rounds, got 9 direct hits and 3 penetrations. Splash damage on 8 as well. Damage of 2,879 hit points, of which 1,943 were at more than 300 meters. He received 6 hits from the enemy. 4 of them were penetrations, 2 non-penetrations, and 2 hits by way of splash damage from the enemy Arty. 220 hit points of damage blocked by armor. 3 enemy vehicles spotted, 8 enemy vehicles damaged and 8 killed, and 79 hit points of damage assistance. And he got 96 defense points when he reset the cap by killing the T-34 shielded. He earned 31,383 credits on a premium count, and after repair and ammunition resupply took away 33,539 credits. He received 1,361 XP and took away 2,042 because there's something there that what replays is not telling us about. So a very good carry there by the KV-2. He definitely carried his team because after all he got more kills than anyone else all put together. So you could say, as Klaus Kellerman would, that he carried the stupids. But yep, this was a very good battle. I'm afraid the enemy teammates that he was with were not really up to it, but the unfortunate thing was he missed out on that Koloban off because it appears that there were less than 5 enemy alive at the time that his next teammate was wiped out. So yes, no Kolobanov on this occasion, but maybe on another one. I'm sure he's actually up to it. The fact that he managed to get a Radleys and a Dumitru shows that he's definitely qualified for it. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel. Stay home, stay safe, and derp coronavirus.